can't do that. There we go. Hey, Furry Master, how you doing? You guys can hear me fine, right? I'm gonna share the stream and then we'll get started. Oh, man. Hello, Umbral ASMR. Hello again. Hello again, Furry Master. Hello, Ree. How you doing? So, can you guys hear me all right? Does the mic sound okay? Because I've tweaked some settings. Thank you, Vero. How you doing? I get that a lot. Alright, everybody, so welcome to the stream today. So, basically, this stream is going to be a bit different from other ones I've done. Basically, I'm going to do what I usually do before, where I'm going to play and, like, hang out and stuff, but I'm also going to do some random ramblings as the Void Bow about certain topics I want to talk about. And then, in addition to that, it's also going to be an Ask Me Anything stream, so if you have some questions or want some insight into anything, feel free to ask. Hey Cece, how you doing? It is the Void Bow. I just realized you always stream when I am in pain. Aww, I'm sorry. It's the hallmark of when I stream when CC's in agony. Have you played Soulframe? If I didn't make Limbo, it'd probably be Lavos or Loki, to be honest. Although Sevagoth is also up there. Reason why is because Lavos is very interesting, and I discovered Lavos before Limbo. But then I discovered Limbo, and I was like, yeah, this is my kind of character. The pain is the summoning ritual. And then when it comes to Soulframe, I have not actually played a whole lot of Soulframe just yet. I know I need to get into playing it, though, because I've actually been kind of curious about it. Think, how much is the Ballistic Crime actually? Because I might get a hold of that. Because I learned what its perk does and it has me interested. This one is building. Overcharge. Yeah, that's pretty good, I would say. Else is that, and then actually, you know what? Instead of the Purgatoire, we're gonna go with the Heck again. Largely because the Kuva Heck is actually going to be the next video I'm reviewing on the channel. Because I've been really enjoying this thing. Like, it's a very good weapon. Like, it has its problems, but I think it's pretty solid. Favorite amp at the moment? Let me see. My favorite one is, this one that I built right here. Where it has, like, the ricochet alt fire. It's pretty good. Makes it really easy for, last gasp to, operate. I've got a few access codes from the Founded. Nah, it's okay, Umbral. I got a friend who already has access codes, say he can give it to me. My 547. Speaking of which, I also need to actually. I just remembered this. I need to switch back to the operator and give her this one too. Because I keep doing, like, you know, the new mode with this, the Parita Rebellion, and I keep forgetting to switch the amp over. Because that one that I was using Pea Shooter is a very old amp. Twin Bolex, the melee with the Rift Strike augment, status chancing electric and damage with negative combo, but that's not an issue. Well, the Rift Strike augment, funny enough, doesn't actually do what it says. It's literally just a Mars set bonus, the teleport thing that it does. Which is kind of depressing because it's very misleading as to what it says it does. I just got a night. Oh, I read that. Alright, let's do some Dissidia. I'm gonna restart. You know, I'm gonna restart from the beginning. I honestly, guys, not gonna lie, I really like the Descendia mode. It's probably one of my favorites that they've introduced. Like, I just like doing this just for the hell of it. Up to doing some missions with me. Not at the moment, CC. Probably later, though. Oh wait,
the
my
dark
dog.
refractory, a wondrous Orokin invention, turning memories and visions into lucid waking nightmares.
Where is the astral lab?
Shall we begin our descent?
Like fleeting thoughts that escape one's grasp, these devices seek to elude us.
Yo, yeah. Yeah, not at the moment, but like I said, most likely later. Kind of just want to chill and, like, do some ramblings for a little bit first. Do it 21 times for a story thing, but I already have everything in extra. That's fair, roll. Like I said, I like doing this more so for fun than resources nowadays, because it's just a cool mode. They just throw everything they've made up until this point into quite literally a level mission. It's like that one mission that Triggeros thought of a long time ago. Like the Tower Strike or whatever it is. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Yo means okay and Dash. Ah, okay. I see. Oh, there it is. Apart from those orbs, the first time I used Limbo was for a Mastery Challenge to follow them around, for real. This mode itself would be a good concept if an endgame if you just move it around a bit. I guess, like, if there were, like, rotating tile sets, that'd be nice. Maybe that'll be one of the things that they'll add in the future. Like another one of these.
Scars they must leave in their wake. And without Then no progress is to be made.
Where are the miles? I think the one thing I really dislike about this mode at times is just how annoying it is to actually find some miles because they're not very well color-coded. That contagious spread. Finally tripped tower for 2020 in the game. Yeah, literally. He's not wrong, like, this is a good mode idea. It's actually fun. There's a few quirks, I don't mind it. I also like how the enemies are actually kind of tougher here. It feels way more compelling than what it used to be. There we go. Then your music volume, but I don't know if that's just me. Oh. How about that? Does that sound better?
What could this even possibly represent?
Oh shit, it's the little shits.
Oh, yes, that was a fantastic evening.
What is that horrible smell? Devil, is that you?
No, I turned my mic volume up. My mic has a setting that allows me to adjust the input volume. Let's stall. Oh, yeah. I also changed some settings in the background, because what I did is that on my computer, I activated, like, one of the vocal filters that you can have in, like, Windows settings to not pick up as much background noise. But I also turned down my mic, like, volume, like the input volume. Soon by 20 plus summon Caliban will reign supreme. Hell yeah, intense human box. Nice. Okay, so let me think. What is a thing I want to ramble on about? Oh yeah, now I remember. So I initially was going to make a video of this, and I even have like a whole page of a script. Excuse me, burp. Whole page of a script done. But you know what? I'm going to talk about it on stream instead, because I feel like it. I am going to ramble a little bit about the galvanized mods, and why I personally think they're slowly killing the build crafting and build variety in this game. So, let me think. Question, chat. Should I go over what galvanized mods are, like in full first, before we delve into this topic? Yeah, don't feel my beloved. Hey, Overlord. Okay, so galvanized mods were introduced in 2021 with the Sisters of Carlos update, right? They are meant to be upgraded mods that can only be unlocked through arbitrations, which is a piece of content that can only be unlocked on the sealed path. They are basically improved versions of previous mods. So, for example, you have like, I'm trying to remember what mod it's called, like Hell or something for shotguns, and then there's Galvanized Hell.
Even if he is a
The normal version has 120% multi-shot, while the base, or not, no, sorry, the Galvanized version has 110%, so a 10% decrease, right? In addition to that, however, it also has a mechanic where for every single kill you get, up to, I believe it's 4 kills, you get extra multi-shot. Health Chamber, yeah, Health Chamber, that's what it's called. I don't see a point of using that to unless the gun has multi. Nah, it's all good, then even additive CO is good, like I still use it on additive weapons, because it's like, so long as you have a consistent primer, that's still going to be at max possible stacks, like 1,000% base damage. And you can get on average, especially if you have your companion doing the priming, like 6 to 7 status effects. Like, it's still very much worth it. But, oh yeah, back to it. Oh, 1 second. My dog wants to come to the bedroom. Alright, I'm back. It's still better than Serration. Exactly, name is Doctor. Exactly. It's still better than Serration.
I am accustomed to not trusting that which I see. I may be to blame for this one.
At least you got one from melee mod, like, because that's just quality like. That's fair, yeah. Because the thing about the Galv mods is that the reason why they were introduced and why they are ultimately so much more powerful is because, at least from what I understand from doing the research, guns were significantly weaker than melees, which is technically true. Melees were much, much stronger. So the Galv mods were introduced to compete. In time, obviously, we discovered the multiplicative gun CO with the galvanized status mods, which became pretty ridiculous in terms of damage, at least in terms of certain types. Like, obviously, additive CO is the intended way, but then we discovered multiplicative gun CO with projectiles.
To himself.
What the hell is this?
Surprised.
There we go. Oh, it's destroying the okay, so back to what I was going to ramble on about. So these mods got introduced. They've been nerfed a couple of times because of condition overload in general being changed and all that kind of stuff. And over time, they have become a staple of every single build, to the point where you never use the original versions of the mods because they are not even half as strong, like they are significantly weaker, just because of the fact that the status mods work the way they do. And in addition to that, the multi-shot ones are significantly weaker. The pistol variant, galvanized fusion, that one is nearly 3 times as strong as the original. Multi-shot sounds being like 4,100% multiplicative. It's 4,100% additive, but yeah. King used to be weaker. Guns used to be weaker in his morning. But yeah, they were introduced to make guns competitive, and then eventually, with Kobe and the Five Fates, they had to introduce galvanized mods for the melees, because the melees ended up being too outclassed because of the mods. Hey, Sakuma, how you doing, buddy? So, I want to talk about now that we understand what the mods are and what they're meant to do, why I think they have kind of stifled build crafting and innovation. It's because of the fact that the mods have become not only such a massive crutch for power. Hello, Suck. hello, Alter. That my problem with the mods is not the fact that they exist, it's the fact that there's no real alternative for them right now. Take, for example, the Heck Gun music, right? I'm not using Galvanized Hell on this. I'm on break for like 5 more minutes. Oh, I see. Work calls. I am actually using the Scattering Justice Augment because the augment for this gun has 200% multi-shot, whereas Galvanized Hell gives 230% at max stacks. Now, yes, I technically could run both of them, because there's nothing that stops me, but Galvanized Hell by itself is more than enough, and the augment also is more than enough. In addition to that, oh yeah, the Soma Incarnon, and this is another example that I would give, also has an alternative somewhat, where for its final evolution, you can get 40% gun CO as a flat buff that does not change. You do not lose it when you kill things or don't kill things, it's a flat amount. Which means you technically could just not run the Galvanized Status mod, use that final evolution, and even though it's only half as strong, you're already doing more than enough damage. Acuity is not that great, if I'm being honest. Like, if it was a final multiplier, it'd be much more competitive. The problem with it, with Acuity, is that the weapon already has to have a lot of multi-shot for it to be viable, and there's very few weapons that allow for that. Because most rifles don't have that much CO. Or not CO, multi-shot. There we go. These guys annoy me at times. Just raise your voice volume in there. There's barely only a few guns, but it's still an option, but there is no such thing for Galvanized. Yeah, that's true too, and that's kind of my point. I think the problem we have right now with weapons isn't so much that the power exists, although I do think that some aspects of it should be nerfed a little bit. It's more along the lines that we have no true alternative for most mob systems. Oni, you suck. And I think what D needs to focus on, which is what I think they tried doing with Acuity. I'm also gonna really... They need to focus on giving us actual alternatives to the mods. Like, maybe some mods that are 60% as strong, but are active all the time, for example. No, I think it's both 100% already knowing him. Really?
Here, I might.
I'm feeling that music. How's that?
So be in your heart.
Is that better? Alright, where are the hives? So much better? Okay, good. If I can find them. Oh, they're there. And no, suck, I didn't have them at 100%. Most of it was actually only at 20. Choke carefully, man. For real. Okay, where are these blisters? Oh, there's one. Both peaked anyways. Oh, okay. Oh, I see them now. They're in these areas. Interesting. But yeah, basically, like I said before, I think DE needs to focus on giving us actual alternatives to a lot of these mods, which is what I think they were trying to do with Acuity, right? But Acuity just doesn't work simply because of the locking of multi-shot aspect. Like, if multi-shot wasn't locked, I feel like those mods would be significantly better, or if a different stat was locked. Like, say, for example, they locked the magazine capacity instead. Or, not reload speed, that was already done with the, I think that is a good alternative, though, the, whatchamacallit mods. Because you get more base damage and an extra stat in addition to, well, under the guise that locks reload speed. Delayed status, crit, or both. Yeah.
Was it this charmingly fantastical? No. Does this capture the...
Yeah, now you have like so many other stats going on these days with weapons.
Yes.
I like Acuity and candidate mods. Yeah, that's why I was talking about the candidate mods. Like, the candidate mods are a good alternative, I would say. They're more consistent, they give more than just one stat while restricting you in a different stat. And most weapons that would want it, that would want those mods, also aren't hampered too much by the reload speed anyway, because their reload speed is already pretty decent. Acuity, on the other hand, is a completely different story, because just about every single weapon in the game wants multi-shot somewhat. Like, even weapons with very low status chance are going to want multi-shot. Because it has a higher chance of proccing status effects that way, because you have more shots coming out of the barrel. Overcharging the augment. I think it's like around 30 or something with the augment and overcharge, if not more. Nah, it has to be more than that. It's probably like 50. Oh, it's this one where it's the weak point hit bullshit. Okay. That's what's going on. I just realized what was happening. Don't we hear your controller more? Guess you can hear it somewhat. Why? Because it's funny. Warframe controller ASMR stream. Need to select Gal Diffusion and Multi-Shot Ribbon. Yeah, I've been using, what's it called? I do have a Rivet on this thing. But it's crit damage, reload speed, and something else, if I remember correctly. Or fire rate. There we go. But yeah, that's my rambling pretty much done about the, about those mods, I feel. Because, I think the other problem, too, and this is what I like the melee mods for trying to do, is that they need to try giving us more stats than just damage, I think. Like, imagine one where it's, like, for reload speed, or magazine capacity, and in return it would give you one of those other stats, like increased reload speed or magazine capacity per kill or something. I think that'd be a really interesting alternative. Comfy stats? Yeah, exactly, comfy stats. It'd make the mods way more compelling, I think. Because this is a problem that I've been kind of having with the game as of late, the more and more that I play it. I'm realizing that not a whole lot of the mods are actually that interesting. Like, there's some really good ones, don't get me wrong. But ironically, this might be a bit of a hot take. The Archgun mods are better and more interesting than any of the normal weapon mods. Like, those mods, I wish we had normal weapon variants of them, because a lot of them are just really interesting to play around with. Here, the Amber Hand, the Cinder. Hello, Nexus, how you doing? Or a life steal that isn't the single digits. Well, that's technically what should we call it? Life strike is, because it's percentage based. Alive is good. Nice. I have no idea what the Archgun mods are. There's one where headshot kills give you reload speed and fire rates. There's one that on headshot or headshot kill gives increased crit damage and punch through. There's a lot of mods like that, and even some of the Archwing mods, like those mods are really interesting for Warframes too. But like the one while aiming you get knockdown immunity for Archguns, that one in particular I'm kind of amazed we don't have a normal version of. It would make build crafting so much more compelling if we had variants for the normal guns and even Warframes. Where is this fucker? There we go. Oh no. Okay, no, fine. Good. There we go. Yeah, they sound fun. Exactly. Even though 3% in the Kana Lifesteal is crap, too, because the amount of damage we deal is crazy. Or crap ton, crap ton.
your true form.
Actually, this is an idea. Light Strike Exo slot 1. There we go. That's better. I love Leon's dialogues. Same. He's pretty cool. Oh, it's the fragmented one. Shit. This is gonna be interesting.
No malice, no hate, no jealousy. Just an overwhelming urge for emptiness. This entity must be defeated.
Are you going to consider updating your operator guide after the new update? I will at some point in the future, just not right now, simply because I don't have all of the Tauron strikes yet. I still only have like 3 of them, and I'm in the middle of upgrading one of those at the moment. Let's see if I can get these daggers. Oh, wow. Shit. There we go. Should have brought a better weapon for this, to be honest, not gonna lie. Oh, I have an idea. Let's try this. What the? Come on, man. There we go. Do is have this area locked down here, and we can just fire it like this. Like the round table, but their Kim conversations are too restricted. Option bad ending. Haven't touched Life Strike because I don't like using combo. It's a mentality holding back my mana. I mean, technically it is. Like Life Strike, the thing about Life Strike is it's always been good. It's just that health tanking just in general isn't there yet. Is the real problem. What the? Come on, man. Thank God you get enemies here. Actually, I'm gonna test something real quick about this thing. Because I just had a thought. can I use Rift smuggling here against this fucker? Oh my god, it does work. Oh shit. That's actually really neat. I know how to deal with this guy. Oh wait, I'm doing it the... I just realized I'm doing it the wrong way. Shit. I think. Yeah, I am. Okay, that makes more sense. I know what to do. Who needs Rift Torn anyway? It's not working as well as I would have hoped. I'm missing something. Thoughts on Matter-Eye since the update? I mean, it's always been good, and the new Matter-Eye stuff like the bow and everything is good too. Interesting. So I'm finding some things about the Cortege now then. So the AoE effect that it does, the lingering effect, works on whatever plane you end up in, but the direct hit, the initial hit, can stay outside, or it stays within the same plane. Interesting. Okay. Very interesting. Decoy works on Overguard? Yeah, it does. It does. Doesn't Vortex slow down Eximus? What do you mean, like melee Vortex or Wallband's Vortex? Because if you talk about Wallband's Vortex, then yeah, it does. Which is honestly pretty cool. Oh shit. Oh no, wait a minute. Did I just fuck myself over? Please no. Okay, good. There we go. I'm like, wait. Wait. Waldman's Vortex, and yeah, it does. Take a hit from the Limbong Truss. Why does this thing have to have so much damage generation, man? But his prime is like 170 flat. Yeah, that's fair. Oh wow, we're at 35 viewers, hell yeah. Welcome everybody! How you doing? Long time no stream. Currently just chilling in the Sandia. While rambling. Hello, Shadow Doom. We're getting there. Sci-Fi's live again. Hello, Thigh Checker. I think next time I'm gonna have to make sure to bring the planks, because I know the planks is pretty good against this guy. Oh, what the? Come on, man. No, damn it. Oh well. Wow. Surge planks on Ureli as a monster. Oh well. I kind of hate how if you get as far as like, you know, whatchamacallit, Marie or Leon and all that stuff, you don't get to keep whatever you got until that point. I think that's pretty stupid. No, Leyu, I can't. Like, the problem is it wouldn't really make a difference because I searched them beforehand too. Sickris is Sapphire. I don't think I have that. Yeah, let's planks it. Let's see, what's the build right now? Yeah, I know this one is really good for rift smuggling. Shit, yeah. Let's see, Parita, Descendia. Let's go in again, why not? We're gonna start from, Mori, I think. Actually, nah, you know what? Let's see what fishes we've got. Survival infested, survival working. Let's do this for a little bit. I like this. Daggett Lunar New Year. Hell yeah. Because my new favorite secondary needed something other than the Kuvanu core. Yeah, the plates is really interesting. Like, kind of surprised more people don't try using it. Yeah, Overlord, it is a concept that Jim's going to be talking about at some point. The dude's been sick last I heard, so I'm not entirely sure what's been going on with him. Checking the wiki and realizing I completely misunderstood combo multiplier. Yeah. What's another rant that I want to do while we're on stream? What is another one? Oh, how about this one? Am I crazy, or do I feel like the weapons in this game aren't getting as interesting as they could be? Like, we're getting less mechanics-based weapons. Tell you how barely anyone uses a riot secondary these days. Yeah. Like, I like the riot quite a bit. And it kind of pains me that people don't try using it a bit more. Yes. Archon mods farming. That's another one, actually. Might actually do that real quick, because I know that I started doing that recently. Probably go do call things. Next secondary I'd be building as a dual toxicist, because my friend addiction. Dual toxicist is neat. And no, I'd argue we got quite a bit mechanics lately. 60/60 electric mods. Huh. Call missions, yeah. Yeah, you know what? I'll do this until we get to the next Acolyte, and then we'll go do call missions. How does that sound? Because I know that I did one yesterday, and I didn't complete everything in it. So let's see if we can actually do it. Call of Duty. Got 20 combat. Hell yeah. The reason why, by the way, because back on the mechanics-based weapons, is that you know how a lot of weapons, and I'm not talking about mechanics in the sense of, oh, you get, like, crit chance or something. I'm talking about, like, actual weapons with actual mechanics side to them. Like, the Scourge, for example, with its alt fire. Because I've been noticing lately that, yes, we are getting some with some unique perks, like the, what's it called? The Sagek Prime, where it's like the crit chance thing gives you the 5 sash chance thing on hit, which is cool and all, but it's not that like interesting. Another life support capsule is now available. Like in some cases, I'm talking about like weapons that replace entire abilities at times. A bunch of my friends have been getting the Warframe, and some of them have finally been, and I can traumatize them in Void Cascade. Oh, suck. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to leave after this to do a call mission, because I'm already starting to get bored with this mission. DE, when you get us a Tau, don't give us just 5 straight fucking survival missions. Give us something actually interesting, please. The people don't know what they want. Wood Cascade was 1, 2, 3, yeah. Oh shit. That'd be pain, I think. Tau disruption would be fire. Oh hell yeah! Now that I would not mind the Tau disruption. All right, let's weave cut this guy real quick, and then we'll go do call stuff. Goodbye. Ooh, thank you. I got fucked over by the game and my SP Survival Fisher on Lua Conjunction. Aw. What if they gave us an actual tower defense mode and it would all be demolishers rushing for the objective? That would be cool. Like, that I would like, because it would actually incentivize teamwork. And we're just gonna stroll up to the exit. Nah, Eidolon Warrior. I disagree. I like Void Armageddon. Like, it's got its problems, but I think it's a much better game mode when you play with friends. It's like Bloons Tower Defense at home. Max duration Protea incoming. Like, to be honest, minus some of the problems it has, Armageddon is one of my favorite game modes if we're talking about playing with friends. Like, I can understand hating it if you're playing it solo, but definitely not. Like, Armageddon's pretty solid. Railjack rework. Nah, Thighjacker. Railjack doesn't need a rework, it just needs more content. Alright, let's head... I believe it's Drifter Camp, right? Yeah, Drifter's Camp. It's just people for some reason having odds. Well, yeah, Eidolon Warrior, that's what I would think. Because it's like, the thing is, when you're playing in public, as I've kind of started to realize, like, here's the thing about playing in public. I like playing in public on occasion, because it's nice to play with random people, you know, like to have fun with people. Okay, so I gotta kill 5 enemies within 5 seconds, and then deathless. Okay, let's start this.
Moving out.
True. Yeah, I definitely think it's more of the players thing, because whenever you play in public, you're either joining people that don't really know how to play the game and are, like, playing with people to, like, basically be carried. I'm not gonna be that rude with it, but that's kind of what it is. Or it's people that just want to have random fun and they don't really care about the objective because they just want to shoot everything. Oh, which, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with it, but if you're trying to do that in an objective-based mission, then I'm sorry, you're causing problems. People be so stupid, sometimes it's super funny. Also because I have no friends that like Warframe. I feel that. Like, I've been trying to get my brother into playing Warframe, in all honesty. Not even because I'm, like, lonely or anything when it comes to the game. I mean, I technically am, because that's why I tend to play public sometimes. But more along the lines of... I think it could be, whatchamacallit? Oh, stock. More along the lines of, I'd like to get my brother into trying out the game, because he's been wanting to play, like, other games, you know, right, with people, but no one plays them, and I'm like, hey, I play Warframe, you can join in. I could farm you for content. I run the game, summoned a corrupted shadow violence. I had overguard and had nothing to deal with it. Someone in public Netrosol flaming me for killing enemies that weren't in the circle when the meter only demands the players kill things. Yeah, you just have to be in this circle when killing the thing to do it. The enemy doesn't have to be in the circle as well, which was... In all honesty, I kind of hate that change, because then it, like, you know, you get so used to it beforehand that then it changes to that. But on the other hand, it's also like, I guess that's quality of life. I've been wanting to play Alchemy more, but I have a player who are doing the killing, but only makes me want to commit a crime. Are there any items over here? Oh, there's a dead body. Interesting. It used to be opposite, and I hated it because of fucking sirens. Yeah, I try taking a more laid-back approach when it comes to this game these days, because I kind of feel like... How should I put it? I try not to get up in other people's shit, simply because I get that people are trying to have fun. But there's also a difference between having fun and actively, like, spreading misinformation or causing problems. Which is part of why I typically don't play in squads as often as I typically do. Like, the only time I do is mostly in missions where it's just about killing things, or it's a timer-based objective. If it's, like, one with actual mechanics tied to it, I try to avoid it. Simply because I know for a fact that people are just not going to be helping out as much as they realistically should be. Warframe is either a game you will either love or hate. Feel like this is very little middle ground to preference. Yeah, and that's fine. Like, that's how things should realistically work, if I'm being honest. Like, not hate it in the sense of, oh, I despise this thing, but more along the lines of, you either enjoy it or you don't enjoy it, and that's fine. I just can't do this anyway because it's cool. Literally with 3 mods, I'm nuking the entire room. Well, that's the other thing too, Eidolon Warrior. Like, sometimes it's better to just build in a different way that doesn't allow you to do those things, because that's what a sandbox is about. It's about finding the best option for yourself, not the best option for the game as a whole, if that makes sense. Because if you always approach the game from the standpoint of, oh, I need to nuke everything in 5 minutes, then you're not going to have fun. Like, it's probably fun for the first few times, but over time you're undoubtedly going to get tired of it. And that's what I think a lot of people tend to forget about in this game. And that's part of why there are some, like, people in the community that how should I put it? I don't hate certain people in the community for having that kind of mindset, but at the same time, I also get a little frustrated with it because you're not doing anything to help your case. Oh, it's that bad. Yeah, Seven starts. Yeah, I don't think it should either. Julio, but at the same time, it's like, it's an option for people. They want to build into it, that's their choice. Wrap it up. I tried everything. Not necessarily, like, how should I put it? When it comes to options in games, like, some people may think they've tried everything, but sometimes you may not have actually done that. Like, how should I put it? Sometimes it can involve playing in certain mod configurations, and if you've genuinely tried everything, like every single mod combo, and you still can't get it to work, then it just means it wasn't meant to be. I grew tired of just nuking rooms. Limbo was such a breath of fresh air. For real. Me, in my case with Sevagoth, I actually don't really like base Sevagoth himself. I actually like the Shadow way more, and like building around the Shadow. I still like base Sevagoth, but like I just prefer the Shadow overall because he's far more compelling to play.
Now what?
The fun part. Find the production controls.
That was annoying. I hate 7 new players because I have to babysit them. They can't survive more than 10 seconds alone. I can understand that, Normandy.
And here's where the easy. Now the tricky part.
Okay, let's...
I need you to rekey the boot sequence. Do that, and I'll have a split-second train reboot to inject my sabotage instructions. Hurry!
see what this says.
Look around.
Really like Contagion Zaws at the moment. I could see that. I've kind of grown tired of Exodia Contagion myself. Honestly, the one that I found really interesting is actually Exodia... I think it's Exodia Might is what it's called. It's the one that gives you the AoE damage on status. Or crit, or whatever it is.
They have to think this is a raid. That way, we won't suspect tinkery. Marking weapons locker. You're gonna need a gun.
Call get upgrade.
Call. Deacons are hunting you. But
Okay, can you...
just got me access to this facility's automatic plasma.
Might be the OG influence. It technically kind of is, because it's like, from my understanding, it was the first actual, like, basically Exodia Contagion thing.
Great. Now you just show me where to shoot. I'll try not to singe what I got on my shoulders.
Okay, so we're gonna have to blow shit up.
Blue girls shoot good.
Kuvahek is best weapon. Kuvahek is pretty good overall.
Deacon school.
So I'm surprised influence has not been nerfed into the ground yet. My understanding, Saul, is that what I think is going on is that DE is probably testing the waters of influence still right now to see how they should approach it. Because so many people have different takes on how to do it. On how they should do it. Because, like, I have no doubt in my mind at some point influence is going to be nerfed. Like, that thing is going to be changed. Either because they'll introduce something that's better than it, that has more mechanics side to it. Or they're just going to do something else with it. At some point. Alongside Rhino. I mean, it depends. Like, if you're talking about Nuke Sevagoth, maybe. But if you're talking about him with the Shadow, then nah. I don't agree with that. Oh. Surprised I haven't gotten the get 5 kills in 5 seconds thing yet. What the? Wow. How did I die? That's so dumb. Are you kidding? I would say Rev wins that contest if you turn your brain off. Yeah. Got skill checked LMAO for real. I don't mind it, it's nice. It's nice to be humbled. Although I'm still trying to figure out how I did die though, because like I didn't see my health that low. I'm gonna support him with Limbo. Hell yeah. You know what's really funny? Limbo is kind of funny in the sense of he can be crowd control, he can be support, he can be multiple things at the same time. Okay, I need to... You know what, let's funnel the enemies into here. Would have been a really cool frame. Revenant was supposed to be kind of like a ghoul frame, was the whole idea. Like, you know, with the invincibility, mind control, and all that kind of stuff. And to an extent, that kind of is what he is. The problem is that he's become so overtuned with his invincibility that the rest of his kit suffers. Wait, is that it? Yeah, there we go. Finally. Vampire frame? Yeah, kind of. Kind of. Like, I think all they would need to do is make it so that his Mesmer skin can't be recasted until all of his charges are gone. So that way you incentivize the, what's it called? Because he can get his stacks back through the rest of his kit. Like, if they just built into that, he would be perfect, I think. Although maybe giving an augment for his 4 that makes it like the original ultimate that they were supposed to give him before it got changed would also be really cool. Because, I think I've explained this before in the video that I've done a while ago where Warframe has an augment problem. I think what augments should become is whole new abilities instead of just upgrades.
Got them.
Oh shit. There we go. Wow, I was right there. That's funny. I made Loki and Limbo for a Star Charting quest back in 2022. I want a reason to play them more often with my friends, but every experiment to aid them just hurts their experience skill issue. I would say it's kind of both, Chronicler, because it kind of depends on not just how you're using the various abilities, it's what you're using alongside it too. Would that change kill my chroma since I use Guardian armor? Possibly. But Thralls are now immune to powers. Do you think augment mods are also just straight up laziness for not being... I think it's a yes and no situation, Saul Goodman. Like, I think there are a lot of augments where it is very clearly laziness. Like, I will preach this until the end of my days. The augment for Gyre that gives you the duration back on her 4 shouldn't be an augment. It should just be base kit with the damage part being the augment instead, like, you know, the extra strike damage or whatever it is. Because you can not look at me in the eye and tell me that that should have been an augment. That should have just been a base kit addition. Gyre has 4 augments, by the way. And, like, some of them I think are pretty interesting. Like, you know the one for 1 that makes it when you shoot through you get electricity damage? I'm fine with that as an augment. Like, that's like an extra functionality that actually does change the ability somewhat.
Oh, sweetie, see that big magna-locked door up ahead? You need to get on the other side. Could you be there?
I will do that.
Call.
Or Kome's second augment.
Did you figure that out?
Yeah, I think, like, the extra duration or refresh thing also shouldn't be an augment. Cathode current, Kome's Umaku. Yeah, cathode current, that's what I'm thinking of. Cathode current just shouldn't be an augment in the first place. Like, the extra strike damage part, yes, I think that would have been fine to have it as an augment. The actual mechanical functionality, though, no. Like, there is zero reason that should have been an augment. That should have just been base kit. Or like the one for the one augment for Equinox, the one that keeps the charge between forms. That also should be base kit, not an augment. Now, is she playable without it? Yes, but it's like such a big difference in like functionality that it should be base kit. Like, I think an example of one, this isn't necessarily a good augment in the sense of, oh, it's overpowered, but it's like kind of cool in terms of functionality, is Limbo's first augment, the one for Vanish, the one that heals. I think that one is kind of neat and is mechanically different enough where it doesn't really matter. Because it's not like you need it, but it's also pretty niche and interesting for when you do. Because it changes just one from just being a teleport power to a healing power. Although, truth be told, I think that should be a passive augment, not a, what you would call it. Not an augment for Banish. But I digress, it's like, I think the concept of augments is great. I just feel like the way DIA has been executing them a bit lately is a little lazy. Because it feels like they're just selling off the rest of the kit as augments instead of like actually fixing the problem sometimes. Rifthaven being exclusive to Banish is so cringe. Yeah, for real.
Just one more. You're done. It's time to go through, Carl.
Snake, snake, snake.
Can I get up, please? There we go. I fear that the Equinox goes to rework. The way DE has been out creatively, I feel. No, I wouldn't go that far, Julio, when it comes to the DE and the reworks. I think the thing with DE is, when it comes to their reworks, is that they're constrained by the fact that the audience wants things to be lazy. So what I think is going on with a lot of their reworks and frames is that they're trying to find a middle ground of having the ability to make things interesting while also being lazy. Which, as you know, kind of doesn't really work. Please, I don't want DE to fall off. Yeah, I mean, I never want DE to fail by any means. Like, I'm not like some other people or other creators and stuff like that that wants DE to fail. Like, I always want things to succeed. Nah, they haven't fallen off, Shepard. Not even close. I do feel like they're in a weird spot, though. I'll admit to that part. Like, a lot of their weapons, frames, and even, like, some of the mechanics they've been introducing are, like, in this... Like I said, it's a weird middle ground where they're trying to appeal to everybody. But at the same time, with Descendia and, like, the Tauron Strikes, they have taken a stance where they're not going to be, like, making them faster to use or changing how Descendia works and stuff. So I think they are trying to take more of a stance these days, which is good. Just that people don't want to play Conclave. But I can't deny I'm deeply disappointed with a lot of stuff they've been doing. I don't think I'm disappointed at all.
Now the tricky part.
I like a lot of what they've been doing. Like, I will admit, I think the only thing I am slightly disappointed about
Reject my sabotage.
is that I feel like their mods have gotten a little lazier as of late.
Look around. Do you see anything that could tell you the key sequence?
We usually just play League. Yeah, the latest update was amazing. Like, the arcanes they introduced are the best that they've introduced in a long time. And every single one of them was good.
Well done, Carl. Now to make some
don't know what a real fall off looks like, just look at Bungie and Destiny for real.
They won't suspect tinkering. Marking weapons locker. You're gonna need a gun.
This make big boom.
Call. Deacons are hunting you, but you're tinkering just.
Does the mecha mods work on the helmet charger? They do not, unfortunately, no.
Plasma torch.
Which is a little annoying, I'll admit.
Anything, including deacons. Grab a target marker. Great. Now you just show me where to
Mecha broken right now.
I'll try not to
The arcanes are pretty rad, for real. Alright, so we're just gonna run through here. What do you mean? Old Peace was fantastic, and Val Thunderbind was also pretty great. I mean, I'll admit Isle Weaver was disappointing, but that was more due to the lack of content more than anything else. Thought the actual lore and stuff they introduced was pretty cool.
something big is coming your way.
You should make the strain set and codopathicist maggots interact with Nihus full and vice versa. I mean, they technically already do, Overlord. At least the strain set does. I don't know about Nihus' passive part. Never seen this. Oh, this is the call missions. It's Call of Duty. There we go. The introduces needs to be the size of the old piece. How much content every 3 months would be crazy. It looks like another game. It basically is. There we go. Now I've got all the stock and then I can buy some more of the mods. Because I do actually need to rebuy all of these. Because I sold them all a very long time ago for platinum because they were valuable at the time. And I'm realizing now I could probably do some funny shit with them. Want that. Which one is it? I think continuity and vitality are gonna be the ones I want the most. I'll do another one of these hunts when it resets. Yeah, I've only seen what the frame looks like in the relay thing, calling it another Isle Weaver is I don't think it will be another Isle Weaver at all. Like, I'm actually really fascinated to see what they do with Volley. Because, I mean, like, we could debate about her appearance, right? But if she is meant to be the most complex frame they've made up until this point, like they're saying it is, what my mind is imagining from what they've been talking about is that she's going to be Limbo 2, is what I'm thinking of. And if that is the case, that gives me hope for Limbo, like, Limbo improvements. Hello, Big DeBow. How you doing? I think Folly will have 10 abilities. That could be pretty cool. But yeah, I'm really interested to see what they do with her, because if it is Limbo 2 like I'm thinking it is, like they're hyping it up to be, it could mean a lot, basically, for the game. Streamline work on Gauss. I have no idea for a master. I don't play Gauss. to see Splatoon player come to Warframe for Folly. I don't want to lose my shit over those kids. I can understand the fear. Like here's the thing. A little bit of a tangent. I would like to at some point become a father, but there's two problems with that. One, I need a girlfriend first of all, and two, more importantly, I need money. Or no, three things. And three, kids are fucking annoying these days. Flimbo. Valve's Undermine did a lot of really bad changes for the game, which they reverted. I mean, not really, Shepard. Like, the Io one I didn't mind. The only one I did agree with that it was good that they changed was the damage attenuation stuff. Outside of that, the update was fine. Folly is going to be another nuke slot Warframe. Like, Shepard, listen. I'm gonna put it like this right now. From the way they've been saying that she is, she's not gonna be that. Like, literally, they're saying that she's mechanically different from everything they've done before. And even if there is a nuke ability in there somewhere, my assumption is it's probably gonna require some effort. And more importantly, it's best to not like get worked up and upset and going off purely off of like, oh, everything's gonna be terrible. Like, no offense, try to lighten up. Stop trying to think everything will be the end of the game. You'll feel better about the game and yourself if you do that. And if it does end up being bad, then that's okay. Things happen. What's the over-under Follies will have a puddle like how Noko has old bounce pads? That's what I've heard, that they might bring back something like Puddle to her, which in that case I think that could be really funny. Like a painting. Like, from what I could tell, Folly is like the Claire Obscure Expedition 33 frame from the looks of it. Like, you can clearly tell that she's meant to be a Claire Obscure reference. Which, if that's the case, that's going to be awesome. Because Claire Obscure is really cool. From an art direction standpoint. Like, I think the gameplay is hit or miss when it comes to Expedition 33, for example. Like, don't get me wrong, I have nothing against turn-based games, but I will concede I do find them a bit annoying. Because I'm more of like a Souls addict, so it's not really my cup of tea most of the time. Yes, and it's no reason to have such high expectations. You're just making yourself sick thinking like that. Don't like an update. Okay, I don't like. There's no big deal. Move on. Yeah, exactly, CC. Like, don't get me wrong. It's okay to be worried. It's okay to be worried about future updates and things, like even I am. But to expect everything to be terrible is just, it's not a good mindset. And it's something that I've been trying to fix myself. Because, like, I'll concede as well. I have problems with that with IRL stuff, mainly with, like, you know, the economy and stuff, for example. But as my folks keep telling me, it's better to focus on the positives than the negatives. Because at the end of the day, so long as the positive things are still going smoothly, things will be okay. And you still have stuff that has come out until then to enjoy. Side questions. What is your favorite Warframe outside of Limbo? I talked about this earlier, Furry Master, but Lavos is another one. Like, I really... Like, before Limbo, Lavos was kind of my shit. And then Sevagoth is also a personal favorite of mine. Mainly because he's, like, the JoJo frame, you know? Size. So, funny thing about that, actually. Before I got into Limbo... I'll show my profile. The Phantom Black Limbo right there. Sort by name. Years. I actually used to be a Zaku main for a time. Like, if you go into the deep depths of my YouTube channel, you'll find old Zaku videos. Sevagoth is another personal favorite of mine. Lavos I really enjoyed. I used to play Revenant for a time, too. Nidus is also a favorite of mine. I used to also make Equinox for a while. I feel bad about this one right here. Like, I really despise Octavia nowadays. Hey, remove the money multiplier and we are going to get items from those. And there are people fighting already about how those items should not be tradable. Any reason you run 3 energy shards? That's honestly the only reason, Alter. Like, I've been using, like, that religiously, and not only that if I wanted to, because of the amount of energy I have, and because of the way I built my companion, I could also drop flow and just use this for energy instead if I wanted to. It makes it a bit easier to experiment that way with mods. Used to be my most used. She can do literally anything. Yeah, exactly, Shadow, and that's part of why I don't like her anymore. She's just really, really, really freaking boring. I'm trying to think of what else to do. There were some other things I was thinking of. Let me think. You know what? Let's summon a Coda Lich. I need to get some of the other Coda weapons. Yeah, Alter. Overcharge is ridiculously good. I'm tired of these lazy design choices. Nah, Shepard. Valkyr is a good rework. Oberon I can understand because I don't like the passive. Persistence is a neat idea that unfortunately didn't pan out as planned. Because they are working on stuff. Like, to think that they're not is, like, really short-sighted. And besides, it's fine if nuke frames somewhat exist. Now, I can concede it's annoying if that's all they're releasing, but that's not really the case. And even then, the nuke parts of frames are contained to one ability. Like, if you wanted to with Noko, you could just subsume off his 4 and play him as a crowd control stealth frame. Which I think is fine. Like, it's annoying, I'll admit, but it's fine if it works that way, because at least you have the option. It's different if you didn't. That's why I hate Revenant. Yeah, it's fair. It's the Death Gate. No, that's actually the best part about it, because then you're forced to actually be aggressive with her 4 in order to survive, because she's meant to be a berserker. Like, there's literally nothing... I can't think of anything wrong with the Valkyr rework, and I'm saying this as somebody who doesn't like Valkyr. Like, I think she's cool, don't get me wrong, but I don't really like her that much. Like, I remember playing her before and after the rework, and I still didn't enjoy playing her, but I can concede she's a much better frame now. Players create new frames, not the devs. Yeah, kind of. Like, the thing is, that I think people forget, is that DE gives you the options to do this stuff. Like, you don't have to play them that way. That's what a sandbox is about. And that's what I think people need to realize when it comes to Warframe, because when it comes to Warframe, I've been playing the game, I think I've got about 5,000 hours in this game now. I could say with utmost confidence, Warframe is not much of a horde shooter, as it is more of a sandbox. It uses hordes as a base to allow you to experiment and play however you want to. You don't have to play it like you're nuking everything in an instant. You can play in a different way. And when people realize that, you're going to feel better about the game. Let's go back to base of operations now that I summoned it. Do I have permission to roast a person in your chat? Yeah, I guess. Not gonna lie though, I've really come to like Arcane and Circumvent Limbo. It is. Like, it's why I've been using it religiously, because it's just that good. It offers so much. And I can play without it if I want to, but I just prefer playing with Circumvent. Makes him comfier to play, and makes him way more aggressive. But also kind of health tanks that level cap, so that cannot be the only thing I see that someone would not like, because the rest is so much better. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, I just get really annoyed when people get upset about nuke frames. Not in the sense of you don't have a right to that opinion, but more along the lines of, I feel like people are seeing the trees before the forest, if that makes sense. Like, they're looking at everything from face value, rather than trying to approach it from, what can I do? You're given these tools, you're given these opportunities, use them to try something different. You don't have to play the way everybody else says you should play. Oh, wrong one. Actually, you know what? Wait a minute. I just remembered Ticker's here. I'm gonna go here real quick. I want to see if there's anything new. Oh, I got my dog sleeping on the bed right now. I just turned around and he's just right there. Why am I lagging? I don't know.
He's always like, save your money. But come on, I found my whole life to do that.
Packet's funny.
You made it. Stardust.
I'm
All
lagging
about
too.
the things that
Really?
keep this planet spinning. Love Stardust. Love in all its forms.
Okay, what do we got?
The love of a
Oh, this is
planet
new.
For the stranger who turned their fortunes
I'm gonna have to
around.
farm for that.
That would be you, Stardust. Give love away.
Skada,
and
Solstice, Detron,
We
Cybertron.
rarely know what we mean to others.
Oh, there's these
Check
ones.
that. Spotted Biz and a duck boarding her rail tractor, bound for parts unknown. I guess they celebrate today in their own way. Lots of history, those two. They'll work it out. I was never much one for looks or physique. I long for
Oh,
those
these are
who
new.
sang songs
Interesting.
only I
Hey, Stabs, how you doing, buddy?
falling into the eye.
Find the expert in a frame and try this stuff, then adjust it to my playstyle. Exactly, name is Doc. It's a good idea. I need the Letty Griff. What is your favorite weapon? That's a loaded question for a master. Like, I have a lot of weapons I really enjoy. Like, I love the Purgator, I like the Strahd Incarnate, I like the Boar Incarnate, Trumnasaya is also another one. I like the Planks, I like the Sagek, the new one is also pretty good. Love the dual Icor Incarnate, I like the Okina Incarnate, I like the Siam. Let's do
An
this.
entire life can change thanks to one act of kindness. They never gave up on themselves. We shouldn't either. We all need help, time to time.
There we go. Stradivar is fun. Kunai Incarnate is fun. I love Fulman. That's fair. Yeah, the Falcor is another one of my favorites. Let's see, can I buy any of these? No, I can't. I can buy that one.
We've
Skana
got two
Solstice
families.
skin. I'll need the farm for
Biological
that,
and
most definitely.
Roki taught me that one. Star Day is for both those families. And anyone else besides. It's tried, but it has to be said. Be brave
I
without
would love the Ultranox if it actually did damage the alt fire. I mean, yeah, I can understand that one. I wish the Ultranox was stronger too.
We'll be here.
Yeah, like the Hagasa, at least for me, it's kind of a guilty pleasure, I would say. Because conceptually, I love the gun, but just in performance, it's just so underpowered. Like, even with its special augment mod that they introduced with it. Shepard, you're starting to sound toxic. Get a grip and move on. Your extreme form of high expectations is starting to sound like that what is said. Who are comparing the two? There's most open Ds nowadays. Hello, Limbo Christ. Hello, Vice? Yeah, Vice. There it is. Vice. How you doing today? And then next, I think I'm going to bust up the Cycron, actually. Love this thing. This is also another guilty pleasure of mine. I really enjoyed the Cycron. Especially after they introduced secondary irradiate. Oh, yeah, I'm not sure. Let's see. That's nothing. Okay. Shepard is like a Doom poster. I mean, yeah, kind of. Again, I don't hate people voicing their opinions. It's just a matter of if you're doing anything to try and enjoy yourself and trying to look at the bright side. I mean, heck, I have my frustrations with, like, for example, the AI bullshit that we have these days, but I still might do my best to try and be positive. Which, on a side note, did anyone hear about the fact that, what was it, Nvidia pulled out of giving OpenAI like $100 billion or whatever it was? Which I find really freaking funny, because that pretty much means that they're pulling out of investing in them. AI slop, for real. Secondary influence. That's kind of what it is, Overlord, but it's actually more than that, because it spreads physical elements, too. Which is what I think kind of makes Secondary Radiate more impressive than I thought. Yeah, he's getting the controller ASMR, I think. I'm gonna switch off on this for a little bit. Yeah. The other thing I know was Croc doing this unclothing people. I mean, Furry Master, it's actually way more than that, and it's pretty disgusting, deplorable shit, I would say, that we're not going to get too much on stream, but let's just say it's a mix of that and so many other things. They locked Rock on a paywall to do that, so you have to pay for that shit. Yeah, literally, Vice. Evil, evil shit. Like, Higasa could be fun if they changed what it said in my previous con. Yeah, like, if they just buff the damage is what I think all it needs. Because it's like, it has decent crit and decent status and even a decent magazine capacity. It's just that the damage is just so low. There we go.
It's on the move. Unless an escaper will never find it again. And this mission will be a failure.
Please don't kill me, please don't kill me.
It has
There
been
we go.
broken, harvested.
Why is your Cycron sound like my barber's? What is it? No, that's my controller that's vibrating, not the Cycron. Because I have this running gag where I leave the vibration on streams, so you guys can just hear the vibrations going off from the controller. We had like another one with one of my friends, Carp, a while back, where he did the same thing, and like put the controller up to the microphone, and it was just rattling so much. We were fucking dying when that happened. I think I'm gonna try another weapon. Let me see. I feel like the Purgator. No, I was talking about it being a burst weapon. Didn't you read what I wrote? No, P. I did not see it, I guess. Using it to cut corners and screw people over is where the hate comes from, which I agree with. Yeah, I'm... Like, on the topic of AI and stuff like that, like I get like some of the uses. Like if you're trying to use it to find information and then having to fact check it yourself and stuff, I think that's kind of fine because it's just an improved version of search engines. The problem is when you're trying to use it to actually replace actual work that would have better precision and better time spent by a human than an AI program. So no more controller ASMR. Alright, you know what? Let me switch to a different weapon. What do I feel like using? You know, like Coda Torxicas. Love these. Your great background noise. It does we use it daily, but we use it as a tool, not a replacement of another dev. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm cool with that, even though from what studies have shown, it hasn't really improved people's workflows all too much. It's the fact people are using it as an excuse to not pay workers or like shove out mediocre products is what really gets me. Or the fact that a lot of it tends to waste people's time. Like I've been doing a lot of job interviews, right? And 3 times in a row now, they've had me like do it through like one of those stupid AI bots or whatever. And then I have to call to work at like on the day of or like the day after. And I found out, oh no, that's not how we actually do it. We call you, and I'm like, then why does the bot do that then? Like, why are you having the bot do that? It's just wasting everybody's time. Oh shit. The controller ASMR. How can I increase Fullman's magazine? Just use primed magazine capacity. That's it. That's all you gotta do, or use the magnetic mod that gives it.
Hey, you think I'm playing? Shoot that buildup off now!
You should get a second mic for the controller.
Situation critical!
You should have Moog in your game with the build and then have your controller go at it. Oh god.
Amir's code injection is like activated charcoal to the tech rot. Makes him puke these hell scrubbers right back up.
There we go.
Wait, you lost a scrubber, but that's the least of
Thoughts on the planet changes, also favorite skin in the game. I think it's fine. Like, I think them reducing, like, okay, so correct me if I'm wrong about what they're doing. They're lowering the price of Platinum, they're doing a buy one, get one free deal, and they're removing mods from them, right? Am I correct on that's what it is, from what I remember hearing about? Okay, so none of those were correct.
Not everyone can sing or dance, and that's okay.
Their bow was so fast I had flown into the walls with Jade. But they do remove the mods and increase the plat. Then yeah, that's a good change. Better value for money for people in various regions. They removed the ability to buy mods from them, which I don't really get why they did that in the first place. So that way it's more consistent. It makes more sense. And they're giving more plat for certain bundles. I think that's perfectly fine. getting price increases, mods are removed, and more platinum packs. Yeah, I think that's perfectly fine then. I got no problems with that. Like it'd be different if they were just increasing the prices and not giving anything else in return, but the fact that it's like more platinum while removing mods is fine. Because I don't really get why they sold mods in those packs in the first place. Like, a lot of the mods that you could get in those packs were easily farmable. And besides, that's technically selling power directly right there, which is why I always found it kind of strange. Yeah, they literally said in the forum post that they didn't see mods as being too useful. Yeah. Makes sense. Like, those mods are... The mods in those packs just aren't really worth buying through the packs or anything. And they're easily farmable. It's a relic from 2014 Warframe. Yeah, exactly, and that's why I think it's good that they're changing it. It's a good change. Especially because they're giving more plat in return. Do you have an idea when the next update will be? They've already said that it's in March. Third week of March, probably. Yeah, most likely. That's why I'm really interested in seeing what it is. Like, I'm both excited in terms of lore because it looks fascinating, and Folly in general, like her kit just, at least from what they're making it out to be, because we're supposed to see more of it on the next dev stream in a couple weeks. If it is the Limbo 2.0 that it is, it makes me very, very excited, because then it means I have more than one frame to play eventually. It's on Wednesday for sure. Yeah, most likely. That's usually how they release the updates, is on Wednesdays. Tail balls? Oh, really? I didn't know that. Thank you, CC. That's actually pretty helpful then in that case. Means for you, it's 2 cakes. That's funny. Alright, what weapon do I feel like using? Stars of one. Yeah, well, let's try the Coat of Pox. A lot of stuff that they can't deliver. Shepard, I'm just gonna say right now, that was from the old team. This is a different team as well. The people in charge right now are not the same people, or not all the same people that worked in the past. And besides, they've made pretty good on some of their promises. There's a few that I'm a little upset about, like getting rid of wall running, but in return, they're adding something different in its place, like improving other stuff. I have a friend who unironically plays Warframe with the frame on the right side of the screen. Open to be the surprise. Let's see. My friends keep sending me... Funny thing, CC, I've been seeing some shorts about baby seals lately on my feed because I watched one of them and now I've been getting more, which is a little annoying, but it's not the worst. There will be a skin for the ink frame to make her thinner. I think it's fine, P. In all honesty, if she was around, I would date her. I don't mind it. Oh yeah, that's right, I gotta change the mods. I hate the adult seals, they creep me out. Soulframe looks dead on arrival. I mean, they've already been out for a little bit, Shepard, Soulframe, and from my understanding, people like it. It's just too niche at the moment, which is fine. It doesn't have to be the greatest thing in the world. It just has to fit an audience. Hey, Mythical, how you doing, man? What was the other thing I was thinking of? Oh yeah, how do you feel about Squad playing Warframe for the current day and age? I think Stabs it's in an okay spot. Like, I don't think it's as bad as some people like to say it is, but I also don't think it's in a good spot. It's in a spot of, if you're playing with friends, it's good, but if you're playing with randoms, it's not. Simply because of the fact that players have kind of been conditioned to play a certain way up until now. You know, like with just killing everything in sight instead of actually playing the objective. Speed this up. Let me do that, and I'm also gonna bust out this. How's life? Doing okay, Mythical. Like, currently looking for jobs still right now, but been having fun with friends and working on videos. Happy with how the New Testament's been doing, though. Got more viewership than I kind of expected. It's in alpha and not released. Oh, really? I thought it was released already. I think it looks pretty cool. I just think it's like mostly from what I've been told, the only problem with the game right now is that there's some balance problems and lack of content, which I think is fine. They're working on it, and from what I've been told, people like it. So I don't think it's gonna be dead on arrival at all. The killing to be anything. Yeah, it is. Like, I won't say... I mean, I enjoy killing things as much as the next guy, but it's also a case of... It's an objective-based mission. You should be playing the objective. I don't know if you can hear it, but my dog is snoring right now. It's in beta. Good one, good one. It was part of I had to go that from the do the pony falling somehow. See, no offense, my brain is melting. I don't understand what you're trying to say. I'm not trying to be rude. It's just my brain is melting at the moment trying to read that. It's kicked and bitten over 20 times. Aw. Okay, that makes more sense. Any movement nerf is an indirect nerf to Kame. I guess. Sai is having a stroke. Yeah, pretty much. Again. True. My brain is melting too, for real. But yeah, I think that's like, back on what Stabs was asking about when it comes to co-op. I think the problem, like I said, is just objective-based missions not being played as they should be, and the fact that players have been conditioned to play a certain way. So whenever something new gets introduced, for whatever reason, people just don't know how to think, which is kind of sad. No. Okay, this way. They aren't going to remove anything, but they won't add anything running on the walls. Yeah, they did say that they're then in return though they're improving how climbing certain things works now. You know, when you vault over something and stuff like that, that's one of the things that they're improving instead. Because I think what they said on the dev stream was that they couldn't get the wall running to work properly, so they scrapped it, but instead they're going to be adding improved vaulting, which was going to be part of the wall running rework anyway, so that part's still going to be added. Which I'm not against. Like, So long as like something that they know works is being added, I'm okay with it. Although it is a little sad because it did sound pretty cool. I feel like it's more of a problem with mission variety. Well, took a few day break from just playing survival missions in public and it was genuinely fun. Yeah, that too. Like, I also think the problem is just the mission variety is just not as good as it should be. I do enjoy quite a bit of the missions though. Like, specifically Descendia is now one of my personal favorites because it's just like, it's just a mission. I'm trying to find the right words because I'm having a stroke again right now. It's like a mission rush mode where like each level is a different mission with different parameters, which keeps it fresh. Although I will admit, each run, I really wish each run was unique. But I digress, it's still pretty fun. Okay, let's wait for the guy to come back. They removed, they decided to not add wall running back because it was too much work and wasn't going to be worth it. Yeah. Weeb cut. God damn, I love the Vex Auric. It's such a good ultimate. While running is kind of pointless. I mean, to an extent, it would be kind of pointless to have it in, but it still would have been a cool piece of tech to use. Playing survival is time-based because playing Warframe in early morning, I get dumb people more with lazy builds than funny people to play with, and I have my region on European, which makes me sad. Yeah, I can see that. Can't wait for the gold path where enemies are level 400. That'd be pretty funny. I'm actually really interested to see what they do with the Tau system, though, because I think the one thing that I am most excited about is to see what the new sentient enemies are going to be like, because you know there's going to be some new ones. Imagine wall running Mock Rush. That'd be pure evil, holy. I just want these fuckers to spawn. $300 more survival, exterminate mobile defense. Shepherd. Can't see it, but I have the what my internal friend circle calls the disappointed dad look.
But I gotta tell you, they will not be happy about it if you do.
Has a lot of people running really wacky builds that goes like a copy from them with a buff one with shield. I can see it happening in my head. The problem with wall running is that it adds more technical debt while adding very little benefit over current wall hopping. It's a problem all parallel systems face. Yeah, kind of. That's a good point. I wonder if the Anarchs will still be around. I'm actually curious about that too, because a part of me wonders what the main foe is going to be at Tau, because I know sentience is definitely going to be a part of it. But it makes me wonder if the lasting remnants of the Orcan Empire will also be a threat. Which, if so, that'd be cool. Already over 2 hours. Until I feel like being done, to be honest, when it comes to this. Which, as I know, I don't know if I'll be bringing anyone on stream at this point, because it is past 2 hours. I'm trying to find enemies. We'll see. I think I'll wrap up this mission, then we'll see how it goes from there. Friend broke their streaming record of 12 hours streamed to 14 hours. Holy! Think about it now, I think my current stream record is 9.5 hours, because we, a long time ago, we did that as part of a alchemy level cap. Which I would like to do again at some point. I just don't know if I have the patience to sit in the chair for that long. Going to forget about an armor again. I love introducing 200 plot threads. So. Fire, there we go. Dex enemies would be fun. Yeah, for real. I love that. A lot of bolts in the South American server now I think about it. Wouldn't be surprised. Volt is pretty good. Want to see Lotus's mom? I don't think we'll ever actually get to see that, because I don't think we've ever heard anything about the original. Oh, I forgot. We're talking about the Taz mom. That's right. The Taz mom. That would be interesting, but I don't think they've ever said she's alive anymore, from my understanding. Would be cool, though. Would be cool. Honestly, there's a big lore implication that the sentient that came down to fight Gara and stuff from her lore was Lotus's mom. Been thinking to play Gauss more because running into enemies and hearing that thud sound makes me happy. For real. I was a Gauss player. Oh, yeah. Gauss is a really interesting one, because he's not my kind of frame, but I can say that he is a good frame. Very well designed. Which is your first? I think CC's is Titania, if I'm not mistaken.
That's the last of them.
Is it time to make impact puncture slash grading again? I mean, to an extent, like, the more that I realize it, the more that I've come to the conclusion about impact puncture slash is that they're still good, it's just they're good on specific weapons. Which is how it is with a lot of damage types, minus heat, which is generally good on everything. Or good on the vast majority. Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna wrap up now, actually. Let me just check some weapons real quick. There's some things. One quick little rant, and then I'll be done. I want a lot more set mods and more mechanics-based mods. Like, I want way more of them. Because it's like... Prime Sure-Footed is boring as fuck. It would be cool to have more interesting ones. That aren't just aim glide wall lash duration. Like, imagine one that maybe... When you dodge or something, you get, like, increased invincibility frames or something like that. Or... one where on dodge you get increased parkour velocity for a certain amount of time, or one where when you hit a certain number of shields in your X-less slots, you get increased damage reduction or something. No Lex gameplay. Nah, sorry P. Not today. Yeah, I just wish there was a lot more interesting mods. On the upside, D is introducing a lot more interesting arcanes, so maybe we will get some in the next update. Which I'm really fascinated to see what they do with Tau, because since they said that it's the Tau system, my imagination is we'll get like 3 planets or something at minimum. Hell, even 2 planets at the beginning would be nice. Because I know that we're going to be getting Parita. Like, we got the Parita Rebellion and everything from the quest. And it looks like that's how we're going to be dropping into Tau and all those other areas. One day. At some point, yeah. But yeah, with that, I am going to be done for today. Like, I've been streaming for over 2 hours, like CC pointed out, and I am starting to get tired of sitting in this chair. But, I will take really quickly before I leave any last-minute questions that anybody wants to ask. Since this is supposed to be an Ask Me Anything stream. See ya, CC. Any last-minute questions before I leave? I'm going to have like a 1-minute countdown. Any last-minute questions? 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54. Neo 3. I can't afford that, Brendan. Sorry. I just don't have that kind of money, and frankly, I'm not really in the mood to play that kind of game. Why? Because I'm broke. I'm like, as like streamers like Pokimane have said, I'm a broke boy. Will you redo the what part of the Limb Bible? Wait, what? What part, P? What part? Are you talking about Urelli? Oh, I was asking you a question before you close the stream, not the Neo. Oh. Oh, Urelli? I mean, I feel like it gets the point across enough. Like, with Urelli specifically, it talks about how, like, yes, she has cross abilities that kind of work pretty well. Like, you know, for example, when you realize the grouping works across planes, you could have Urelli, like, pop it inside the Cataclysm and drag enemies in. But the problem is that Urelli, at random times, can get thrown into the rift and can't escape. Unless she wanders into a Cataclysm or dies first. I think it gets the point across somewhat. Could it have been a bit more detailed? Yeah, maybe, but it's like, it's fine for what it is. Any other last minute questions? Many people did not understand that. Yeah. I mean, for what I've talked with people, they understood the point, but again, different people understand different things. Say Equinox needs to rework the most. I just watched and I kind of agree. So many comments said that was confusing. Really? I don't know. Maybe at some point. Maybe. Someone recently said, "Oh yeah, I'm reading that for the third time because my brain is melting." Yeah, I agree, Brendan. Like, I think Equinox should get not a full-on rework, but kind of like Volban, get a retouch. Mainly her 3, because her 3 is like, I don't get why her 3 falls off of range. It just shouldn't do that. Well, no, normally she's supposed to do Cartho, but she has a bug where sometimes she gets put into the rift and then can't dodge out at all. Because I guess for whatever reason, the K drive doesn't register it. Do you think Excalibur Umbro will have a weird interaction with Banish soon? Oh, so Urk, some people already do that, actually. Like, some people have done that with Zaku, too. Because it's one of those things where you can banish the enemies around you and then just melee them to death with the Exalted Blade. Okay, like, one more question, and then I'll be getting out of here when it comes to this stuff. One more question. If anyone has any. I don't like how it takes 3 days to build a frame and then 3 missions to max it out. That's fair. Me laughing with Limbo, who has a 1 minute crafting time. Are you gonna stream frequently? So Vice, when it comes to I'll answer this one and then the favorite color one. Well, favorite color is like purple. Like a bit of a dark purple, and then another one of my favorites is like a light green, like a neon green. So when it comes to streaming, Vice, typically I used to stream a lot a while ago. But the reason why I don't stream as often now is it's like, how should I put it? It's a bit of a mental toll for me to stream, not in the sense of, oh, I hate being around people, but it's like I just don't like sitting in this chair for too long. And then in addition to that, I do things around my house, I'm hanging out with other friends, or I'm working on videos, you know? So I typically try to stream at least twice a week at most, usually once, simply because I'm working on other projects. Since doing it with Umbra, tend to cancel most abilities. I don't know, Urk. I've never tried that. I would assume it would just keep them there. When you can stream? Hell yeah, Vice. Alright, that's the last question. I'm gonna get going now. I gotta work on the next video, which that is gonna be a video on the Kuva Heck, which I've talked about earlier this stream. And then after that, I'm still going to be working on the Arcanes video in the background, because I'm going to actually I'm throwing out the original script and starting it completely over from the beginning because it's kind of grown into a bigger project with Suckbutt. And in addition to that, I'm also going to be working on other scripts and stuff for other videos and weapons, as well as one that I'm planning to do on Elden Ring, like I've talked about. That's probably going to be the next big project, which probably won't be out until sometime later this year, like way later. But yeah, thank you everybody. No weird interaction with Banish on that part. I see Eric. With that, thank you everybody for stopping by. See you CC, see you Cartho. Until next time, Eric, I'll see you guys all later. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.